ahead and make your point.
My contribution is about this election. Hello?
Yes, go on.
About this election. People should think twice. No, I don't want Nigeria to be like Egypt, which has the military personnel are ruling the country and ruling them. Concerning this election, they're talking about Buhari has done this during the military. During the military, you can use order to stop things. Not when you come to civilian. Obasanjo tried it, and when the Kitty wants to come to Nigeria for Central Party, the Senate and all about 7 governors, they tell him, and he has to pipe down as a democratic government. One of the things is that none of them is not corrupt, and Rome will not built in a day. My own opinion is that they should try and solve the problem we have. Among those people in the other party, we have a big man who has the wife is in the government, the son-in-law, everybody is in the government. Nigeria is not made for them. What my own opinion is to leave this man to finish his job that he's doing. Look at the railway he's doing now. This one I was watching a program. There are some people who are campaigning with the gas distance in Nigeria. We should come together. If they allow APC to win, it's going to be a coalition government that we are running in this country briefly. You know, the government, the party just got about 2 years ago. Nobody knows each other. This present government, they are doing their best. You know, they should.
Okay, Mr. Abdul, do you think, how peaceful do you think this election will be, considering the level of attention this election has generated worldwide? The North is clamoring for, look, let's have Northern there, let's stop Boko Haram. Some people in the South are saying, look, let's leave the Christians there. It's not about it's Christian now. So much different sectional divergent opinions. How peaceful do you think this election will be, candidly?
This election, to me, if Nigeria wants to move forward, they should, the people you know is better than the one you never know. But they should vote for this man to let him finish his job. About the security, nowhere is secure in the whole world. Nowhere. Even in America, where it is what is
Obama
is. They attacked the president of Britain. And I'm telling that Obama coming here is comparing Nigeria with India. I'm not praying for Obama to come and interfere into our country. Any country that America goes, will bring them down. And the campaign is doing now is they want to get away with Russia. That's why they're campaigning all around. You know, that is what I'm saying. Nigeria should stand at the throne. And we have other West African countries who are supporting us. Let us fight this Boko Haram. Who are they? They want to. Nigeria is not made for one section of the tribe.
Okay. All right, Mr. Abdul, thank you for your contribution on the program today. Thank you for calling in. All right, let me start with you, Honorable Yoshua. I was asking him the gap between the rich and the poor. Because the report says it's widening. We're killing the middle class.
Well, like my chairman said, to the best of my knowledge, the PDP administration are doing their best to bring the gap closer. And it's not something that's going to happen just in one day. I'm happy what the last speaker said. Somebody that depends on phone in. I mean, when motor plants are being established, railway station. I remember when I was growing up, there used to be a railway. We traveled all the way from Ibadan to Agege that time and things like that. When all those things start going on, they're going to provide employment for people. You know, we all know that, like the adage they used to say, that Rome is not built in a day. It's something that's going to be built gradually. But I know the present administration under the Excellency President Goodluck Jonathan is doing his best to provide enough to make sure that they bring the gap between the low-class people and the higher people. But I believe with time, things will improve. Just give him the next 4 years. Let him continue what is, like the vision. Let him continue what he's doing. You lay a foundation and you build on the foundation.
Okay, all right. Laying a foundation and building on the foundation. Yeah. John, do you agree that the foundation for solid economic development that will bridge the gap between the rich and the poor is being laid by the current administration? John, can you hear me? Is John still there?
Yes, hello.
Yeah, can you hear me, John? I said, do you agree that the foundation is being laid or has been laid that is able to bridge the gap between the rich and the poor by the current administration? Do you agree? I'm not sure John is on the other side. Okay, I'm not sure John is there. It seems he's far away from me. All right. Talking about bridging the gap, there's another report that says about 2020 said that Nigeria's Human Development Index is currently ranked 153 out of 187 countries. 187 countries were ranked and assessed on human development. And out of 187, Nigeria is 153. That's a very, very poor human development.
I agree with that. But the simple thing I've just said before is this. We all agree that Rome is not built in a day, right? Mistakes have been made in the past, yes. But what we have been doing, what the PDP government have been doing within the last 16 years, which is within the last 5 years of President Jonathan, is to see where we are, right? Assess the situation, build this foundation, and upon that foundation, build on. Like my chairman said, years back, how many motor plants did we have? Yeah. Since when has the railway station packed up? I remember in the 70s, I used to travel from Ibadan to Agege for the railway. But by the time we get to the 80s, the 90s, it's no more there. So if you are building all these things, it's going to take time before it's going to be effective. So what I would advise is that maybe we just be patient. We should be patient with the government. We should know that, okay, they have laid the foundation, they have done this, they have done that, they have tried to make the gap between the poor and the rich to be closer. Then we're not going to build on it. It's not just going to happen in a day.
Okay, let me ask Emmanuel. Emmanuel, you are welcome to the program.
Hello, Tunde. Good afternoon.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for waiting, sir. Do you agree that this current government is actually building the foundation that will bridge the gap between the rich and the poor?
To be frank and to be candid, I have to express my opinion on this particular program. Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
I said I have to express my opinion on this program. This particular government, they are doing their best. They have put in the machineries in place, okay?
Yeah.
We have to wait for the product to mature. Today, I have to be frank with you. I dare my life for any person who is going to disrupt this government that has put in everything in place to make sure Nigeria moves forward in the 21st century. We live in overseas. We know how it works. You cannot put a product today and you want to get it tomorrow. All the machineries are in place. Jonathan government, they try as much as possible. Corruption has not started in Nigeria today. You know and I know. I am telling you this.
But it has to come to an end at some point, sir. Somebody has got to put this to an end. But does the current government seem to be working to put it at an end?
Okay, let me answer that question, okay? They have put it into an end by trying to establish all the structural governance institutions. And that is the only way. The ICT, the education, when all these things are in place, I am telling you corruption will stop in that country. We don't want somebody who will come and build prison. Prison doesn't stop corruption. We don't want Boko Haram to be our leader. We don't want a terrorist to be our leader. Let me be frank with you. Nigerians are trading in a very dangerous situation. We have to allow this man to complete the job he has put in place. I have made my point clear, even to the ambassador of this country, and I'm ready to take this issue up to the United Nations that Buhari will not rule that country, checking his record. He is a criminal. He's supposed to be indicted. I've never seen a country where we have seen the truth and we are hiding under the truth. Are you getting me clear?
Okay.
The point is this. You look at agriculture, look at the transport, look at the energy, look at all the institutions. We know how Nigeria has been corrupt for several years, and this guy is trying to put everything one by one to make sure things work. And people are trying to use political gimmicks or political propaganda to disrupt what is going on in that country. I bet you, if they try it, Nigeria will not be the same. Quote me, my name is Emmanuel George. I live in the Republic of Ireland. Okay?
All right, Manuel, from the Republic of Ireland, thank you for your contribution on the program today. That's under passionate Nigerian calling from Nigeria. Let me ask you, Honorable, the